I'm going to try to work on as my goals is my transitions. Hopefully you guys can notice them in my speech. And last time I kind of stared at the PowerPoint a little too much, so try not to do that again. All right. Teamwork is the secret that makes common people achieve uncommon results. And today I'm going to tell you a little story about kind of a crazy event that happened to me in which teamwork was the end result. And hopefully you have a better understanding of what teamwork means to me after this. So the day started like any normal day. I was in Utah, where I go every summer. I visit my sister. And I was in Cedar City, Utah. And we went to the park with my nieces. At the time, I was 13. My brother was 12. And then my two nieces were 7 and 6. And we were the only ones at the park. And we're just hitting some balls, playing baseball, because my niece just got into t-ball. And a couple kids show up to the park. There's 3 young kids, about 10 years old boys. And immediately they go straight to the bathroom and start playing in the bathroom for some reason. So I thought that was weird right at the start. And my niece, she's just a social butterfly, loves to talk to everyone, make new friends. So she asked if she'd go play with them. My brother and I both said no. Like, we probably shouldn't. Like, they're just, why would you want to hang out with kids that are playing in the bathroom? So we just continue playing softball. And then we see one kid steps out of the bathroom and he's holding a can of WD-40. So that further made us think there's no way you guys are hanging out with these kids. And if you don't know what WD-40 is, it's an oil can like that, and it's very flammable. And so we figured they had to have been messing around with it, and we didn't want that. We didn't want that going on. So we continued playing, and then suddenly one of the 3 kids busts out of the bathroom. Half his body is on fire, and me and my brother freaking out. We don't know what to do. We're the only ones at the park, so we run over there. His friends are screaming. They have no idea what to do. They're yelling, "Stop, drop, and roll." So the kid gets on the ground where it's grassy. Me and my brother, we take our shirts off. We start beating the kid down so the flame goes out. At this time, there's one car that pulls in to the park. So my niece runs over to grab whoever it is. And it's an elderly lady, probably 55, 60. She comes over and she sees the damage to this kid. He's burnt bad. He's screaming in pain. It looks awful. And her immediate reaction was to yell at me and my brother. Since we were the oldest ones there, she just figured that we were the ones responsible for what had happened. So this was like the most angry I've ever been at a human in my life, because she had no idea what was going on and started blaming me and my brother for something that, if anything, we helped prevent. So after a brief explanation, which was pretty much my brother and I yelling at her, she ended up actually taking the kid to the hospital, because we didn't have a cell phone, we couldn't call anyone, so she just took the kid and had to let him go. And later on that day, we get back to my sister's house, tell her what happened, because we were only walking distance from the house. We get back to the house, and about 5 p.m. that night, this happened around noon, a police officer shows up to our house, starts asking us questions about everything that went on during the day, just to find out, because when stuff like that happens, you have to talk to the cops. And he thanked us. He thanked us for our teamwork, because who knows how much longer the kid could have burned. He was covered in WD-40. What had happened was they were spraying it on toilet paper, just lighting toilet paper on fire just for fun. And it ended up, his hands got covered in WD-40, and then one of his buddies accidentally lit his shirt on fire on the back, and he went to put it out with his hands, and it just went all the way up his sleeves, covered his whole side of his body. So it was a kind of a traumatic event for me. You can see the burn, the damage to this kid, and I couldn't really sleep that night just thinking about it. We found out the kid was actually in town visiting, like we were, and his parents weren't there. He was staying with his cousins. And the good thing was that they had to air vac him to Las Vegas to get him to a bigger hospital, and that's where his parents actually lived. So they met up there. But we found out within the next coming days, his older cousins came over, and they thanked us for everything that happened. We found out the kid actually burnt 50% of his body, 3rd-degree burns, all along. Luckily, none of his face. It was all the right side of his body. So it was kind of a crazy event that happened towards us, but it just shows that even though the lady came on to us like we were the ones that caused the problem, the teamwork between me and my brother, my nieces, and even her was able to help maybe not necessarily save a kid's life, but save from more damages being done.